it's been a journey. It's
Okay.
definitely been a journey. I started really acting when I was 14. Um, I didn't get really serious until like around college. I went to a performing arts school. I went to American Musical and Dramatic Academy in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard about the school in high school in my drama program. And my teacher was just like, college is coming. Like, what are you going to do? I really think you should do, whatever you say you want to do as far as your acting. Go for it. School was great, no shade, but it was expensive. And so I got a little discouraged, I'm not gonna lie. Got a little discouraged. And I started working many, many jobs that weren't for me. Any job, I mean, every job under the sun, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanna say that really hit me. That really hit me because, you see your colleagues, you see your peers, and they're rising, and then you're just stuck. You feel like you're depleted. You feel,
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I just continue to do my own thing. I started to write. I started to continue to study because I said, you know what? This is not a loss. This is not a loss. This is not the end for me. I was getting discouraged because of my look, my image. I'm not a size 000. I'm brown. Okay. I have locks. So it's been really hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. But once I started hitting that big A word, accountability,
Mm-hmm.
things start snapping back. Okay. And by that I mean I started to change my mindset. I started to tell myself that I could do it. I could do whatever I wanted to do. And I started to put myself out there. And was it 2019, I booked some background work on Insecure on HBO.
Okay, good.
And that really boosted my everything because like I said, I was working every job under the sun that wasn't acting. So I felt like, I don't want to say a failure, but I felt low. You
Yeah.
know, this is something that you want to do for the rest of your life, and you don't feel like you can do it. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I was working, doing my background work. Everything was great. I got that spark back. And ever since then, I've just been working, doing short films. I'm in a play production right now on Clubhouse. Are you on Clubhouse?
I'm not. I've seen that one. I've seen that.
I'm going to have to invite you. So I'm
Okay.
doing a
Yes.
play on Clubhouse this month. It's called In the Red and Brown Water. It'll be airing March 27th and 28th. And I'll give you some info on that. And so that's going on. And yeah, I'm just studying right now. Study, 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 because once these short films go, I'm going with them.
Okay. Okay. So how were you able to get into, like, did you network to get into short films, or it was an audition process, or how did you get into them?
Audition process. So I am a part of a couple of acting sites where if you don't have representation, or if you do have representation, in my case, I don't have representation, so I represent myself. There are websites like Actors Access, Backstage, Casting Frontier. All of these platforms have specific breakdowns and auditions, and you just submit with them with your headshot, your resume. And if you fit for the role, they send you an audition. You audition on a live stream, kind of like this. Rather it is live like this, or sometimes they'll ask you to send in like an audition tape. So you'll record yourself and then just email it. And that's actually how I got in with Wade. I did a couple things with him. So
Okay. Now, are you concerned about the roles you take? No, knowing that kind of now you've kind of evolved. I don't necessarily know if that would have been like so 2 years ago or 3 years ago, but being in the place that you are now, are you concerned about the roles you take?
I wouldn't say I'm concerned, but I'm definitely more cautious.
Hmm.
I'm cautious, and I'm really just not being too picky, but just knowing what my type is and
Yeah.
what roles I would fit
Yeah.
realistically, if that makes sense.
No,
Because
absolutely.
as an actor, you're like, okay, you have to know what people would see you as, or how people would see you on camera, what type of characters and roles that you would fit. And you have to really be real about that, because you can't say, oh, I'm going to go audition to be Barbie, and
Yeah,
not
yeah, I'm
Barbie.
Barbie.
You don't look like Barbie.
Mm.
But I'm definitely cautious. I'm more cautious now than I ever have before. Have been before. Definitely, definitely, definitely. And to tie into that as well, when it comes to age is a big thing too. So I don't look my age. Okay. I do not look my age, especially on camera. I still look young, like really, really youthful and young. And I'm so grateful for that because there's more roles, right?
Yes.
There's more roles. So I'm definitely being mindful of that. And though I would love to play, characters that are my age, I'm just still treading very lightly and being realistic.
Yeah. Tell me your personal thoughts about the show Insecure. Is it well before that, on a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, where does Insecure fall for you?
5 being the best.
Yes, 5. Like on a scale, you get 5.
10.
It's Insecure is a 10. Okay.
Because I actually used to watch Insecure and I love that show. I love Issa Rae. I love everything that she does and she stands for. She's all for our people. And she's just very inspiring. Her story alone is inspiring. So when I had the opportunity, I said, wait a minute, what? This is a game. This is a game. So I was really excited just to be surrounded by creative peers, uplifting peers at that, and everybody was just amazing. And just gaining experience is important to me too, because I'm usually all for stage and plays. So breaking into TV and film is pretty huge, huge, and in a different animal, of course.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
how different is stage? How different is theater as opposed to being on TV and film?
So stage, so for me personally, I like to be in I'm very intimate. Like I like to be in intimate settings. I like to play dress up and all of those things. So I feel like stage is much more in your face, obviously, because you're in person, as opposed to TV and film. It's a little bit more technical. You don't have to, depending on like the role, you don't have to memorize as much. Like cues and stuff, everything is already set up, kind of, so to speak. So it's definitely the technicality. It's just technicality for me, I would say. That's the difference, is the technicality, because you have different sound cues, as opposed, so for example, like stage, you have to project your voice and things like that. On TV sets and film, you don't have to scream. You can just talk as low as like this in the camera, and the boom, and all of those things. So it's interesting, and I like that part because there's different little tricks and stuff that you can do to make it seem like it really, So it's interesting. I just like the different tricks.
Yeah.
Different tricks, little close-ups and things that make you look a certain way when you're really not doing things. I think that's so interesting.
Yeah. The magic of a camera.